That was too loud. Hi, I'm Joe Pilla.
And I'm Rich Sands.
And we are Pop Culture Mongering, and we are going to get ready to talk about some movies that are coming out this fall because we've just seen two major previews. The first, everybody is talking about, and the second, nobody's talking about yet, but they will. The first one is A Star is Born.
Yeah, so don't take away my pop culture card, but I've never seen any of the previous versions of A Star is Born. And also, I was a little concerned when I saw that Bradley Cooper was directing, but I saw the trailer and I'm all in on this movie. I think it's going to be great.
Well, there's a lot of backstory around this movie because when there was, I think this is the fourth version, and the first version came out in 1937 with Janet Gaynor and Frederick March. And Janet Gaynor, I think, is the first woman ever to win an Oscar. And the way this movie works is the plot revolves around a young, up-and-coming female performer, whether she's an actress or a singer, and she gets help from a romantic older interest who is falling down. His career is falling apart while hers is going up. And then there's this connection and this discussion and this relationship where does she owe him her career and what dynamic. In 1954, Judy Garland and James Mason starred in the remake of the first one from the 30s. And basically this one was really interesting because she had recently married Sid Luft, who had wanted to get into producing, and it was almost like a reversal where she was a star and her husband wanted some success, so she was lending it to him. And
real life was imitating art.
Right, which then 20 years later when they do the 70s version with Barbra Streisand, her boyfriend John Peters, he was the same thing. She's even interviewed saying, well, he wanted to be a producer, as if she was throwing him a bone, which is really kind of interesting because she had the power to do that. And when you think about this movie in the 70s, it was a huge buzz-worthy, gossip-written, National Enquirer wet dream, because Barbra Streisand was pretty much starting to take control of her movies, and she wrote the music, the song Evergreen, the love theme from Star is Born, Evergreen, I think is the official title. She won an Oscar for Best Song with Paul Williams, and I think maybe Michel Legrand, or there might have been more than two of them that wrote the song. But anyway, this movie was really famous for its music and its backstage drama than it was the actual film. The film is not known as a really good film. The music itself is great. I had the soundtrack. Queen Bee Baby is a really good song, and I think with this version, one of the things they did is they sexed it up. I'll put up the artwork. Look at the album cover and the poster. Chris Christopherson in the 70s was kind of stunning.
But in this new version, I know there were some concerns. Lady Gaga, her first acting role, was she going to be up to this challenge? And we still don't know, obviously. We've only seen 2.5 minutes of trailer, but she looks really good. And that's the whole other thing too. She looks really bad because she's not wearing makeup, and it's a very unglamorous role in the beginning,
right?
Which is, of course, a key to get an Oscar nomination. This film was actually supposed to be out right now,
right.
But it's been pushed to the fall when it'll be a better chance of contending for Oscar nominations.
Mm-hmm. But I will say, one of my Facebook friends, Jeff, who likes to always do a little snark, is well, they're putting it out in the fall, well before Christmas. So I think summer to fall is a good sign. Fall to Christmas is even a better sign. But what we don't know is it going to be released in 1,200 theaters, or are they going to do a small rollout and blow it up for Thanksgiving? So there's more information to come on that. But it does look really compelling, and Bradley Cooper is not a singer, and Lady Gaga apparently insisted that he do his own singing to have a nice chemistry. And you're saying she does look kind of plain, and I think what's nice about the preview thus far is as she becomes famous, she maintains looking plain. She doesn't become Lady Gaga, and I don't think she will in the movie, or else that would be more than the audience can handle.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm curious, when this movie comes out, I'll be curious to read more about when there are profiles of him, how he managed not only acting, but his first time ever directing, first time singing live on film.
But he's made 2 or 3 movies with Clint Eastwood. And so it almost makes me think that if Bradley Cooper is using Clint Eastwood as his mentor in a way, that he's learned by the right people. And I think Lady Gaga has she's done a lot of things in terms of videos, and she knows how to produce things.
Sorry.
That's okay. Like, Lady Gaga knows how to produce things and understands the importance of getting the shot right, knowing her lines. And if they're singing, for her, I think that is probably 3/4 of the battle, because it's the talking and the expressing without a lyric that might be the hardest part for her.
All right. Well, the film comes out in October,
Mm-hmm.
and we're both looking forward to that.